Ibuka was born under the warm gaze of loving parents. His father, a teacher, often cradled him while humming folk songs, and his mother, gentle and firm, always smelled of palm oil and hibiscus petals. Their small home in Iduoma was filled with laughter, music, and the delicious scent of roasted plantain. Every night they sat under the stars, telling stories and dreaming aloud. "You'll be great, Ibuka," his father would say. "You'll be the light of this village." And Ibuka believed him. Then, one rainy afternoon, everything changed. A lorry skidded off the muddy road on its way to Nikporo town. Ibuka's parents were inside. The crash was loud. The silence afterward was louder. At just 6 years old, Ibuka became an orphan. The villagers of Iduoma, moved by grief and pity, took him in. He was passed from compound to compound, fed by many hands, clothed by generous strangers, and taught to survive by the kindness of others. He never complained. Instead, he gave back. He ran errands, fetched water, carried loads, and delivered messages. Even at night, if someone knocked, Ibuka would rise. He became the breath of Iduoma, always there, always helpful. "Ibuka, help me with my firewood. Ibuka, take this to the shrine. Ibuka, follow me to the stream." He obeyed, every time, without fail. The people loved him. "A gift from the gods," they said. Some joked that the spirit of his father watched over him, guiding his selfless steps. At the center of the village stood the sacred pear tree. No one climbed it. It bore sweet yellow fruit that dropped only when the gods allowed. The elders warned, whoever dared climb it would be hanged without mercy. That law had stood for generations. One evening, while returning from the stream, Ibuka met a strange woman near the edge of the forest. She wore a long black wrapper, and her eyes shimmered like moonlight over water. "You serve everyone," she said, staring at him. "But would they die for you?" Ibuka was startled. "Test them," she whispered. "Climb the tree. Don't take fruit, just the leaves. Then you'll see." And just as mysteriously as she appeared, she vanished into the forest mist. That night, Ibuka lay awake. Her words haunted him. Would the villagers protect him? Would Mama Nenena defend him? Would the children cry for him? The next morning, before the first rooster crowed, Ibuka crept to the village square. The tree loomed above him, massive and ancient. His hands trembled, but he climbed, careful not to touch a single fruit, only leaves, just as the woman said. He placed them into his sack and descended quietly, slipping away before the sun rose. But by midday, someone had seen him. A child hiding behind a mortar had watched him climb. The village square filled with panic. "He climbed the tree!" "No, it's a lie." "I saw it. He carried a sack." "He must be punished. The gods will curse us." Drums beat, cowbells clanged, men sharpened machetes, not for blood but for fear. The sacred tree was not to be touched. They dragged Ibuka from his hut. His hands shook. His eyes were wide, pleading, but not a word left his mouth. The elders gathered beneath the tree. A thick rope was fetched and tied into a noose. The hanging branch was prepared. "Bring the sack," a voice thundered. Ibuka clutched it tightly, refusing to let go. They pulled it from him. "Hang him!" someone shouted. "The law is the law." But just as the noose was being thrown over the branch, one man stepped forward. "Wait." It was Okonkwo, the village drummer. The same man Ibuka once helped when his daughter was sick. "Let's check the sack," he said. "If he truly stole fruit, then let him hang." Murmurs rose. The rope stilled. Okonkwo opened the sack slowly. Leaves. Only leaves. The crowd froze. A woman dropped her calabash. A child whimpered. "He didn't take the fruit," another whispered. "He obeyed the gods. But he still climbed it." The punishment. They looked around, unsure, afraid, and ashamed. The noose still hung in the air, limp and swinging in the wind, but the fire was gone from their eyes. Ibuka said nothing. He looked at each of them, Every face that once called him son, brother, helper, and turned away. The woman from the forest stood behind the tree. She smiled sadly and faded into the shadows. From that day, Ibuka was never the same. He no longer answered calls. He no longer ran. He walked slowly, eyes to the ground. The children missed his stories. The old people missed his strength. The sacred tree stopped bearing fruit. Some said the gods were silent now. Others whispered that the spirit of the tree wept for Ibuka. Years later, when the tree finally bore fruit again, a single leaf fell into Ibuka's open palm. He smiled, not with joy, but with quiet understanding. He had been tested. Life will always remain a mystery. You can be stabbed by anyone. Most people are just smiling with you because you are helping them meet their needs. Please always be careful about things around you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more stories. Tell me how you feel about this story. Bye.